Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to your early December reading. Time's flying, but not that fast. And I have Bandit here with me, who I've brought from home over the Thanksgiving holiday. And so he'll be in the videos here this time around. Just a quick announcement: the mid-December readings are available for purchase via the link below. Bandit, please don't cry. What's wrong, Bandit? No, please don't cry. And as of yet, once this video goes live, so feel free, the same protocol as the last few months have been. And thank you all so very much for your patience with these readings. I appreciate that, and for all of your dear support. As you know, the protocol that I've been working with for the mid-December and mid-month readings lately help me to continue with them. So thank you so much again for your support. And nonetheless, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me, alchemyu@gmail.com. Okay, love and light to you all, and let's get to the December readings. Bye. Hi there, Capricorn. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your early December reading. Of course, energy is fluid. It's been permeate a little before the 1st, a little after the 15th. Without further ado, Capricorn, let's get right into it now. I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and I was getting this focus on comfort zone, something about support, perhaps, in some kind of way. I was also hearing mediumship, perhaps, for a number of you. There is a certain period of contemplation. I'm hearing of assets for a number of you, and of I'm hearing emotional recognition. The Ace of Wands in reverse in the deep past, the Six of Wands in reverse in the recent past, two fire cards that you're leading in with, the Star tumbling out in the current state in reverse here, the Two of Cups upright in your advice. You have then the Four of Swords upright in the near future, the Sun of Swords upright in the hopes and or fears position, and the Mother of Swords upright in the final outcome. You then have the Five of Swords in reverse in the current energetic pathway that leads you into the current state of the Star in reverse. There is the Chariot in reverse in the environment, with the Nine of Swords in reverse in the energetic pathway that may be seen in tandem with the Mother of Swords upright in the final outcome. Now, we have here the Hierophant upright in the theme, overlaying Judgment in reverse, overlaying the Father of Pentacles upright, Father of Pentacles mirroring the Hierophant, the Eight of Wands in reverse beneath this Father of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles upright beneath the Eight of Wands in reverse. The Tower sits just beneath the Five of Pentacles upright, overlaying the Moon upright. Okay, right beneath the Tower. Now, Capricorn, and I'm hearing Cancer, Scorpio, as well as Pisces for you. There's a focus here on the emotional realm and or an individual with a lot of water in their chart. You have the Chariot, which is Cancer's card in the major arcana. In your environment, I was especially drawn to this beautiful tourmaline stone, black tourmaline stone that I have that is split just down the middle with such a clear dichotomy of material. I'm hearing specifically material for you here I'm hearing shaping and desiring stone. Okay, whatever that may mean to a number of you. Specifically as it has to do with material assets, there is a certain dichotomy. And specifically as it pertains to the stop-go nature of a certain, I'm hearing venture, of a certain state of pursuit. I'm hearing venture again for you repeatedly as it pertains to this individual who has a lot of water in their chart, perhaps especially Cancer, and or matters of home life. Okay, as it pertains to matters of home life, translocating the decision, okay, to perhaps even meld certain elements, facets of home life. Now I'm feeling this sort of pulsing on my left middle finger, whatever that may mean to you, just at the very end of it. Let's see here. There I'm feeling a pressure alongside my whole middle finger. So whatever that may mean to you, Capricorn, there is a certain discourse that is to be had. I'm getting that strongly here. There's a recognition, okay, that there is a certain clarification that is desired. And there is a focus here on communication, on the clarification of thoughts, and you're being beckoned to take the emotional ism of whatever it is you've been ruminating on. I'm hearing in full stride. I'm getting you're holding off on something. There's something that you are not quite coming to in a physical, material way, especially if it has to do with home life, family life, and or a certain decision, a certain action. And you've got judgment in reverse here. Very interesting. The Eight of Wands just moved positions, I believe. Okay, I believe it was judgment in reverse that was right beneath the Hierophant. Nonetheless, there is a stop-go nature. I'm hearing that. Stop-go nature, okay, to perhaps even the decision-making process. And there is a certain propensity that's very, very, very strong, especially if you've got a lot of air in your chart, and we all have every element, just a different sort of propensity in the chart, in the astrological zodiacal chart. That's personal to you. But for you, Capricorn, and I'm hearing Sagittarius and Scorpio at the very same time, there is the propensity to think, to ruminate on, very much so. And there is a point of the clarification of the thoughts, of the many thoughts, that we that we don't necessarily resolve, okay, because it's not a matter of resolution as I'm getting it. It is a matter of the certain acceptance of how it is that we feel amidst the many thoughts. And the focus here is on, I'm hearing caretaking, taking care of, I'm hearing the remission of the feelings. I'm hearing the feeling side of it, the side of things that involve how it is that we are just I'm hearing believable. Okay, I'm hearing belief. I'm hearing where we are in a state of readiness to encounter, to experience what ignites our emotionalism. It's the readiness for an emotional experience that is a slow sort of foray, and I'm seeing it as sort of the gradual opening of a door, and I'm seeing you focusing on preparation for it intellectually in a certain way, not deliberately, but in terms of, I'm hearing recollecting, remembering, realizing. Scorpio got a very similar energy here, so you may want to check that video out as well, especially if you've got Scorpio prominently placed in your chart, and I'm hearing specifically moon sign, Venus sign, okay, for a number of you, and or if you are involved with a Scorpio individual. Nonetheless, there is a certain passion, a certain desire, a certain dream that we desire to capacitate in a certain way. But yet again, okay, the sort of, it's been a stop and go. It's been a stop and go. And you realize that the sort of so-called hindrance, perhaps, for a number of you, that may have been, has been the self-expectation, the way that we have intellectualized what it is that we feel, that we understand so deeply, I'm hearing so fundamentally. And you realize that taking on this new beginning in a certain way would require of you to completely, I'm hearing translocate for a number of you, so that may be a physical, actual move. And for a number of you, a complete sort of change in the way that we give of ourselves creatively. to what it is that I'm hearing how it is that we, for a number of you, caretake, how it is that we perform our day-to-day actions, how it is that we yet again give of ourselves. I'm hearing that very strongly for you. Okay, the role that we take on, I'm hearing, is homebound. Okay, and you have the Chariot card again, referencing home life, being the card of Cancer, ruling the fourth house in the zodiac wheel. There may be a focus on family. Okay, now I'm hearing for a number of you, support is your alimony, whatever that may mean to a number of you. Okay, of course, general reading, so it may resonate differently for everyone, but there is the recognition that there are lifestyle changes that are to be made, to be had, and certain preparations, I'm hearing, are in order. Certain movements and motions are to be conceived, to be planned, to be strategized, to be also, I'm hearing, confounded, to understand what these changes mean within the grander scope of perhaps what has been in a certain way, as you may have perceived it, or as others may have perceived it. It's a sort of foil of an experience, Capricorn, that you realize is the very crux and the very opportunity that you feel beckons you. I'm hearing to believe. I'm hearing to believe again. There's something perhaps that's coming back around the mountain. I'm getting that whatever this is that you're working with is something that you're familiar with from I'm hearing time and time again. Okay, it could be from the past. And of course, we are in Mercury retrograde as we're filming now in this very moment, December 3rd. Okay, and Mercury retrograde is set to lead into approximately the 20th or so of December. I'm not 150% sure on that date, so I'm going to double check that when I get off the reading. But there is a post-shadow period as well of Mercury retrograde. So, and I believe that it trails into January. For those of you who are not familiar with Mercury retrograde, it is a time where sometimes, okay, it's considered to be a moment of perhaps confusion, okay, where things that generally make sense, flow in a certain way, perhaps are challenged. I'm hearing paradoxically, okay, I'm getting this specifically for you, Capricorn, there is a certain paradigm shift. And if you are bringing into motion, okay, something from the past, where it is a revisiting of a certain concept, a framework from the past, then Mercury retrograde serves as a highly conducive time to do so. Perhaps, right? Always heed your personal intuition, and it is, right, sort of generalization. Take it as you will. There are so many factors that could be at play there. But I'm hearing specifically intuition. Okay, so heed your personal intuition. Always, always, Capricorn. Okay, but nonetheless, if it is something that is completely new, and I'm not feeling this is completely new, but if this is sort of a new orientation that you are taking on in a certain way, you may want to wait until Mercury goes direct. If it's something that means a whole lot, okay, and is important and may involve legality, legal work, and as well signing of contracts and such, then you may want to wait until the post-shadow period of Mercury is also clear. So Nonetheless, beckoned to mention that again, always heed your personal intuition. Just a note that I was beckoned to mention there. Okay, now I'm hearing resurfacing act, resurfacing. There is a revisiting of a certain concept, a certain framework, as well of partnership, of the paradigm of feeling, of emotion. And we are met in the near future, okay, Four of Swords upright, with how it is that we perceive. I'm hearing relocate. How it is that we in a certain way. I'm hearing rebound from, refrain from, reflect our vision. I'm hearing paradoxically how our intellectualized mind watches our mind's eye. I'm hearing the workings of the mind's eye. So it's almost as if there is a certain performative energy to the vision that you hold, that you've held. Okay, I'm getting that you've held onto in a certain way. That is, I'm hearing ongoing, surfacing. I'm hearing skillful act, something perhaps that has to do with a certain creative ability, skill, dream, that you realize is in a certain way at the sort of bearings of your mental perception, your perception of yourself. And I'm getting that you are desiring in a certain way to get your intellectual mind at ease, okay, to set it at ease, to, I'm hearing comply. If it's not your intellectual mind, or it can be both, it can also be the legal terms, a certain legality, a legal framework, and or the opinions of those who may be involved in whatever you're working with, the context of your work, okay, the desire to, I'm hearing ally, to, I'm hearing compound efforts to collaborate in a certain way. You realize it involves varying, I'm hearing works, I'm also hearing studies, I'm hearing varying opinions, beliefs, systems of creation. And I'm hearing corporate. So the formation of a certain, perhaps even partnership, or the acknowledgement of a certain, I'm hearing corporate arena, okay, serves to I'm hearing corporation again, repeatedly for you, Capricorn. There's something about perhaps incorporating something, be it right a sort of in a legal way, or be it a certain factorization, okay, a certain methodology that goes into the work that you do, or in the process of implementing a certain creative dream or role. Okay, there is the viewer's discretion that is a focus as well. If this is performative, if this is creative media, I'm getting specifically that there is a certain legal structure that is a focus here that you are heeding. Okay, and you lead out here with the Mother of Swords upright. There may be an individual who is very much familiar with the legal structure of whatever it is that you are seeking to, I'm hearing enter, I'm hearing bounds, enter into, to understand, familiarize with the context of whatever it is you're seeking to develop, to craft, who takes on a very logical approach. Okay, I'm hearing sober approach, a sort of, I'm hearing talent, skill talent, a highly contemplative, approach in terms of figuring and finding perhaps talent, okay, that can and is suited to I'm hearing compound courses. There's something about the many opportunities, the many elements, perhaps people involved with the many possibilities, Capricorn, in the work that you're doing, that you're involved in. I'm hearing talent agency for a number of you, that lead to a point of direction, of implementation in a certain way, implementation that is at the same time to be strategic. And there may be an individual who is highly strategic in that way, in the way of, naturally I'm getting this, they may have a certain disposition to take on a logical approach, a rationalized approach, that may at the same time also hold a certain field knowledge of what it is that is otherwise a creative and dynamic, I'm hearing corporation again. So there's something that is perhaps coming into form, but it is characterized by, it is involved in and with what is creative. I'm hearing creative juice, creative assets. Very interesting. So there's this sort of building block feeling, but at the same time there is this fluidity, and it may be the harmonization of these two approaches and elements, facets to the work that you seek to bring into manifestation. I'm hearing compounded, and again we have this split, this dichotomy of sort of polarity depicted on this black tourmaline stone that may be a focus here for you, okay? Now, if this is not another individual who I'm hearing fair play, I'm hearing referee, who blows the whistle, who in a certain way serves as to provide a structural sort of guideline, this may be a certain sentiment that you come to as it pertains to the structural direction of whatever it is you're moving into, and I'm hearing that you seek to create the Hierophant upright in your theme. Again, you're seeking formalized knowledge as to the industry that you may be entering in a certain way. This is specific for a number of you if this is pertaining to career finances, okay? There's a desire to, as well, understand the limitations, I'm hearing the legal limitations of formation of partnerships. I'm hearing LLC specifically, okay? So whatever that may mean to a number of you. But before a certain direction is taken, okay, there is the recognition that there's more to the creative process and or to the formation of whatever it is that is perhaps practical, pragmatic, I'm hearing it again, corporate, that is to be learned about in a certain way, to be explored, to be I'm hearing reminiscent of, okay, something to maybe review that you may have at one point in time understood. I'm hearing real estate for a number of you, okay. Nonetheless, there is the desire to familiarize, okay, yourself with certain terms. I'm hearing allocations, I'm hearing resources, finances, so as to avoid in a certain way perhaps a certain surprise. Okay, it's like I don't want to get involved with whatever I'm getting involved in because I entered it haphazardly, so to speak. Okay, for a number of you, it can be meant in a number of ways. Always heed your personal intuition, take it as you will. But there's this sort of desire for preparation, okay, in a practical way, and again, you may be heeding certain advice, okay, or reading up on books that speak of, I'm hearing, clause. So again, a big focus here on legality for a number of you, but there's a desire to remain aware of the, also I'm hearing socio-political landscape of the work, the context in which you are creating. Now I'm hearing research may be involved in that. You have the Sun of Cups upright in the far future, as I'm getting at, far future. I'm hearing at the junction point. Okay, there is a certain sort of line, the perforation of an edge that that connects, and I'm also hearing disconnects in a certain way as you may perceive it or feel it, the Hierophant and the Son of Cups. There is perhaps a question of a partnership that has to do with either a creative role that we take on and or I'm hearing a financiary, a fiduciary. Libra got the same reference coming through in their reading in early December, and or the prospect of a partnership with a creative individual, an individual with a lot of water on their chart, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. Your focus is, before even thinking about, this is again, for those of you who resonate with this being another individual, before even exploring, entertaining the prospect, even the terms as well of how to bring this character into shape and form in a practical, pragmatic way, the focus for you is on the preparation of how it is that you are establishing and grounding this. I'm hearing this voice, okay? So I'm hearing, and its magnitude. So the clarity of a certain profession, the clarity of a certain message that you want to relay, that you wish to make very clear yet again, a certain, I'm hearing prospect, a certain ideal, a certain idea is I'm hearing a mission towards finding security, stability. There's the desire to stabilize prior to sort of externalizing how it is that and what it is that we build upon, expand upon, I'm hearing expound upon on these grounds, I'm hearing that we call home. So there's a desire to understand where it is that we are working from. And again, there may be certain esoteric knowledge that also goes into that, as well as legal. Okay, thank you so much to fight. Oh, I was at Pisces. Okay, Pisces may be, I'm hearing missionary. Okay, whatever that may mean to a number of you present here, perhaps as it pertains to the Son of Cups character that we see here. Otherwise, love and light again to all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in, Capricorn, for your dear patience with this reading. I will be back with your mid-December reading. Notes on that in the video preceding this, and I highly recommend you check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. For example, I know that I resonate a lot with my moon sign, even more than my sun sometimes here and there, and my rising sign as well, I tend to resonate with here and there. Venus may also play a role for you in matters of love and matters of partnership. I'm hearing specifically for a number of you beauty, harmony, and a Libra may be involved, and you do have this Mother of Swords here, as well as the Son of Swords, prominent air energy in your spread that you're leading out with. I'm beckoned to mention that, and Venus is the ruler of Libra. Nonetheless, Venus also may pertain to matters of finances. Okay, hobbies as well, and I'm hearing work life. So if that is of interest to you, perhaps if you feel compelled to check those signs out, you can compute them via the link below in the description box that I provide, if you don't already know them. If you don't have your exact birth time, then you can most likely get your moon sign, your Venus, perhaps your moon, unless you were born on a day where the moon sign was changing, but you can definitely get your Venus unless your Venus sign, the Venus placement sign was changing on the day of your birth as well, okay, which is most likely less likely, but play around with it and see what you get. Any other notes here? your ascendant rising. To get an accurate ascendant rising sign, you most likely need an exact birth time. Okay, so as that can change with a few minutes here and there. Play around with it again, see what you get, and I think that's it. Thank you so much again for tuning in, Capricorn. Have a beautiful, beautiful early December, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to your December readings. Quick announcements here just as we close out. As a reminder for those of you, the mid-month readings are going to be the same sort of protocol as the last few months have been, October and November. So as of yet, once this video goes live, you should see that on the website, the mid-December readings are available then for purchase. Okay, so the link is in the bio description box below. You can just click that, or you can go to alchemyinyou.com and find it there. There should be a banner at the top of the website, and that will take you to purchase the signs of your choosing. All right. Thank you all so very much again for your support. I appreciate that. And for those of you who purchase, okay, the mid-month readings, note that they will be released to you via email, the email that is associated with your PayPal address on the 11th, okay, Monday, December 11th. Of course, this is going to be EST time, okay, so it may permeate in time for a number of you. But if you've got any questions, if you don't receive it, I have a chat box link on the website, Alchemy and You. You can click that and chat me directly for any technical questions and the like, okay. Also, please check your spam box because sometimes the emails go there. And a few viewers mentioned that they went to their spam at the last round of the mid-month reading. So thank you so much again, all of you, for your support. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.